co-main event for boxing is going to be Paul Botello versus Julian. I don't want to butcher his last name, but Julian and
what's their beef? That's the beef match?
The backstory from what I got, the guy who is running the venue told me that these guys used to be good friends. This is what I got. I don't know if this is the real story because I haven't talked to them like personally about it. I haven't really brought it up. I'll talk to them the day of the fight and I'll get more backstory on it. But
you gotta sell this. Yeah,
exactly. So I need to know a little more. I need more details. But I need that in person. I need to see the passion you feel it. Push it out there. But what I got from Charlie, the guy who runs the Pub Taphouse, is he said these two guys, Justin and Paul, Julian and Paul, they used to be good homies, like real close, real tight. And a girl came between them.
Oh, he fucking banged his girlfriend.
He got a girlfriend or got a wife or something like that. And somebody said, he didn't really like the girlfriend and she didn't like him. And there was kind of some words exchanged. And one of the friends had to choose either, I have to stand up for my lady or I have to, bros versus.
I would end up fighting all my friends if that was the case. You gotta.
Now they're fighting, so.
Wait, so this is the bros before hoes match?
Yeah, bros before. They got a grudge because one of the friends said something about somebody's girlfriend or wife, and that destroyed the whole friendship.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is like a chick fight. My bad. I mean, we're hard to them, but I like it. I like there's a beef match.
We have to all know that was they were probably they were the first guys to sign up. Actually, they were the first ones. So I was like, "Hey, man, let's at least have them as the co-main event." I mean, they're not. This is going to be a one-off for them. Like neither one of them are interested in fighting or competing. They want to just fight each other. So this is it, man. You got to come to this. This is the only time you get to see these guys, Paul and Julian, fight. So
I like it.
That's going to be like those are two guys who legitimately don't like each other.
Right, everybody, we're Drink Tokens number 17, and we have some illustrious guests with us tonight. So, gentlemen, if you can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Go first. My name's John the Hurricane Howard. I'll be fighting for U.B.L, my first event on June 26th.
Cool.
I'm Chuck Howard. I'm the co-creator of U.B.L, Underground Brawlers League. We'll be having our debut event June 26th. We'll have John the Hurricane, Danny Desperado right here to my right, and probably about 12 more fights after that as well.
Damn. And then you, sir, do you want to introduce yourself? Or?
Yeah, my name is Daniel, a.k.a. Skeptik. I'll be joining in the U.B.L on June 26th.
Sweet. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
so oh, yeah. No. We need diversity. We got a lot of nice people. Now we got the brawlers out there. So these are the guys that are holding the streets down for us. So if you can you explain what the U.B.L is and where you guys are located out of?
So we're located at San Jose, California. The U.B.L stands for Underground Brawlers League, but we mainly go by U.B.L. It's easier. It's less of a mouthful. We're pretty much just a entertainment fight promotion company that just gives everybody. We give everybody a chance, whether it's. I mean, the thing is with us, we're not really sanctioned by any body or anything like that. We're not. This is not a sanctioned amateur USA boxing. It's not sanctioned MMA or anything like that. It's just anybody can come in, whether it's low-level amateurs or guys that wanted to compete and never got a chance, or just tough guys who just want to test their mettle or anything like that. Men or women, doesn't matter, either one. We don't have any women fight on the card. We were trying to get one, but we ended up not succeeding with that. There's still a little bit of time. We might be able to add one to the card. I'm still trying to get that in there, but we'll see. But that's pretty much what we want, man. We do that, and outside of the fighting, what we want to do as an organization is we want to put a spotlight on the talent of the fighters, but also put a spotlight on local artists as well, no matter where we are, because we kind of want to move a little bit, eventually nationwide. We're doing our first event in Manteca, California, just because that was one of the first places that took us in, and it's a really good spot. We're going to be at the Pub Taphouse in Manteca, California, and that's going to be a really, really nice spot with maybe holds about 250 to 350, 350 heads. Our next event, we're shooting for somewhere here in the Bay Area. After that, we want to just shoot out maybe Texas. We're thinking Oregon, Arizona, SoCal. So we're thinking different spots, but wherever we go, we want to just put, like I said, emphasis on the talent that's there, the guys that want to fight, the guys that want a chance to get themselves out there and just test themselves. But also on like local artists, whether it be musicians, cooks, comedians, anything really, dancers, doesn't matter. We're going to change it up per event. That's kind of what we're going for. This one we're doing music. So we have how many bands do we have? We have 3 bands and I think 4 rappers total.
Damn.
So we have 7 performances on top of the fights. So we have about 7 musical performances plus. As of right now, we have 12 fights on the card. So that may go up to maybe 13 or 14. But as of right now, we got 12 solid, and then we have the 7 performances. So it's gonna be a good big event. And then you have we're already at a tap house, so you got the alcohol involved.
Right.
We have a food vendor that's coming out, doing tacos. And we got a couple other vendors that we're talking with right now to see that they might do some sponsorships and have some booths there as well. So it's gonna be a little bit of everything. It's gonna be a cool event.
And is the venue? When I was chatting with you in the text or whatnot, I've been there before, but it's been a while. So is it indoor or outdoor event? Like I have to imagine like with this crowd.
The event itself is outdoor because they have it's a big space. It's a big backyard space.
Okay. Cool.
The inside itself is not very large. Maybe it could hold 50 people or so. It's not a big spot as of that square footage, but they have a backyard that's pretty big. Like I said, it holds 250 to about 350 people, depending. We're gonna try to get as many people as we can in there. But I mean, we have the ring, and I've kind of looked at it and looked at the space, and we've tried to be the most like economical we can with the space to get as many people as we can in there. They have a patio too that they have in the back that probably holds about another 50 people. It's outside, but it's kind of separated in a way, I guess. And they said they're gonna run a beer garden there. They have like $3 beers or $2 beers. So that'd be pretty nice. Cool.
Yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah.
So I saw like a quick video today. I think it was of John fighting, and so what are people expecting? What should they expect to get? Because what I was watching was a pretty damn good fight. Some real real fists are being thrown. Full like corner man. Advice. Lots of advice. I heard a lady yelling. So there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Oh, there it is, baby. You just speed, baby. Seconds, right? You gotta breathe, babe. Put him in, baby. Don't wait for him to stop. Come on. Take the time, baby. Body. Stay behind your jacket. Go, John. Nice. Hey. He's shot. Go.
Like, what's the typical length of a fight? Like, what are, how many rounds?
So, as for boxing, we got 3 minute. We're doing 3 rounds, 2 minutes apiece, and that's for boxing. And then 1 minute rest in between rounds. So we got 2 1-minute rests, and then you have your 2 minutes of battle, and then for 3 rounds. For MMA, we're doing 3 rounds, same, but they're going to be 3-minute rounds with 1 minute rest. What you're going to see is I mean, it's real fighting. It's not like it's the real deal. These guys are going to go out there. They're going to hurt each other. They're going to fight. It's real deal fighting. That's what it is. These guys are. I mean, they're going out there like you said. If you go on the page, you can see John fight on there. We have a couple of his fights uploaded because that's all we got right as of right now. And after the fight, we'll have more content. But pretty much what you see on there, what you see in those fights is what you're going to get. Some of these guys are, they're really talented. I mean, you got guys coming out there who either train themselves or have very little training or just started training, but they got talent, man. And they're tough, and they come there, they want to fight. They really want to fight, and they really want this. And they train hard, and it's not going to be like those sloppy, I think
Lamar, there's not going to be any Lamar Odom.
It's going to be way. I think a lot of people will be surprised. I mean, there are going to be some fights that are going to be, they're going to look amateur. I mean, it's amateur boxing. I mean, but an amateur MMA. But I think for the most part, most of these guys they come in because we got the idea because from this guy. I mean, we did a couple of events similar to this in Southern California, and then we started talking, and we're like, man, they're not doing anything like this in Northern California. So we were talking about the idea for a little bit, and I got with one of my buddies, Taylor Preston, and we started brainstorming stuff because, and we were like, there's nothing up here like this. I started searching, I was on Instagram, I was like, dude, there's nothing here. There's nothing here for guys like this. And this was during, I guess middle of COVID, really, when we did this. And we're like, man, this is giving people an outlet, fighters an outlet, a place to fight, even though there's nothing really going on with the sanctioning bodies,
right.
Major events. So it's still giving them a place to go and fight, and it's even giving new guys a chance to fight, or guys to get their feet wet, or maybe even just use it as a stepping stone. So we got the idea. We said, let's do it here, man. Let's make it happen. There's plenty of guys, in the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, the Valley, Sacramento, Stockton, Modesto, wherever, all the way to Bakersfield and beyond. I know there's guys up here that want to fight. So, we said, fuck it, let's do it. And, let's get it started. And we got a pretty good response, and we're just rolling with it as of now. We're just seeing where it goes. I mean,
that's dope. That's dope. I was saying that's dope that you're you're organizing. You saw something new somewhere else. You're bringing it up here. You're getting organized, and you're trying to appeal to folks that want either have some experience or they're brand new to it, but they want to get, like you said, get their feet wet. So it's not you're not closed up. And if we got to find some women that are fighting each other.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if anybody's watching, if there's any girls watching right now that want to compete, you don't need a whole lot of experience. Some of these guys and some of these men and women are coming out here, and this is going to be their first event ever, first time ever competing in front of a crowd. So you don't have to have experience or anything like that. We will match you. We try to match people up as closely. If this is your first fight, we're going to try to match you up with somebody who's had probably this is their first event as well. Try to match you up experience-wise, weight-wise, all that stuff. We have weight classes, and there's rules to it. We're not just letting anybody fight anybody. So if you're interested, we really, really, really need female fighters. I mean, not just us, but all of the street leagues, and because it's not just us. I've talked with other leagues that are doing stuff similar to us, and they're all struggling to find female fighters. There's one here, one there, but it's really hard to get them. And it's really hard to get them to commit to the fight. So
yeah, I know a friend of the family. She used to do I don't know if it was Muay Thai or something else, but she used to do competitive like karate or whatever it was. So she was pretty badass, but I think it's different to get where it's you don't know, you have a little bit less of a contained environment. Yeah. I'm not saying you guys aren't doing that, but you just don't know what you're going to face per se.
It's a scary thing.
Yeah,
but it's an experience, and
for sure.
There's a lot of people out there who train who are just they're just the fear's holding them back. Finish your knowledge guy. I mean, you'll never know until you try, right? I mean, so just go out there, experience it, give it a shot. If you do it one time, you do well, or you love, even if you don't do well, but you love it, continue with it. If you don't like it, or you didn't do as well as you thought you were, then hey man, just look for something else. I mean, life goes on.
So let's talk training. So let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk preparation for this. So you got 2 weeks ago. What's the mindset going into the big fight for whoever's fighting, and then what's the training? What's your training days looking like at this point?
Training days, basically just getting focused onto the fight. There's only basically 11 days to the weigh-ins, 12 days to the actual fight. Basically just getting your mind and body prepared. As far as training, just Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I've been training, at least taking a couple of days off as well. Got to give your body some rest. Just hitting pads, get sparring in, weights obviously, but just all around boxing this.
What you doing?
Yeah, I try to train about five days a week. Work on strength, conditioning, and boxing skills. So, we focus on kind of going a little bit beyond, since this is going to be a 3-round fight. We've been training for about 8 rounds. Just that way, your lungs are up, your cardio's there, and you're not sloppy mid-fight. This is my first actual fight. I've always just grown up watching too much Ninja Turtles, playing Street Fighter. Love the fight game. Grew up watching wrestling as well, Jackie Chan movies. So it's like I was always about the fight game, and it's kind of fun. And I really appreciate U.B.L accepting me. The two brothers taking me under their wing, training me, and just preparing me for the fight. I feel like I've always had an attachment towards boxing, so it's a real cool opportunity just to be a part.
So you guys. Oh no, that's definitely cool. Yeah, no. I think I have the same background, but very little fighting. So WWE, FE, Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I'm there with you. But so both you guys are boxing and MMA, either MMA guys or other guys. So you guys are the boxing.
Yeah. John's boxing. He's doing the main event. And Danny's fighting as boxing too. So these guys are doing boxing. I mean, there's a ton of other fighters on the card.
Yeah.
But right now, I mean, these guys are doing boxing. So we don't really have an MMA perspective, unfortunately. But yeah.
So we'll get back to John because he's the experienced one at this point. So Danny, are you pretty nervous going into this first fight? Or are you pretty?
No, like I said, always in the schoolyard. I was always the one kind of like, to tussle, boxing with people. And sometimes, I'd be the enforcer, like, oh, this guy's picking on me, come get this guy. I'm pretty comfortable, getting hit, being around violence, sad to say, but
right.
Keep my nerves calm during that kind of pressure situation. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think as long as I stick to a game plan and actually execute it, and be thoughtful with my movements, my energy force, like I think I can I'll make it. I think so. I'll put on a good fight. I've seen the guy that I'm fighting. John fought him before, and John's very high level. So sparring with John actually has helped me a lot. Just improve the mindset of coming into this fight.
That's cool. Yeah, I guess that is like a big plus. If you guys share, one of them has experience against an opponent, you got some notes already going into it, and I assume you guys are like a same weight class or similar in that respect. Then, so that's you have you're only going to get infinitely better at that point, I guess. And what about so Chuck? Are you the coach of the crew and kind of just helping, or is it kind of like a team effort?
Well, originally I was. Yeah, because me and John are brothers, and me and Danny, we've been homies for a long time. And John was living in Texas actually, and he moved out here November, because he wanted to be out here in California. He's like, hey, I want to be with you, train me up, give me some fights. I want to get back into boxing. So I started training him up, got him ready for his fight. And then about January, February, I was trying to find, it was just me and him basically. And we're like, man, we need, I was trying to hit everybody up that I knew that either boxed before or maybe wanted to or something. And I was just like searching. I was like, what the fuck, Danny? You know what I mean? Like, I think Danny will be down. So I hit up Danny. Danny said, yeah. He came through, helped John get ready for his first fight, or his first fight back, his return fight, because it had been a couple of years since he had fought in prior. And they've been working together ever since. I kind of pulled back on coaching. They mainly just like work with each other. Now cool. They also started working with a new coach, Coach Clint.
Yeah.
What does he call his program? It's
Clint Coronel Boxing 408.
Yeah.
Yeah, he trains out of the AK gym.
He's a real good coach.
He's the striking coach for AKA.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's a big school too, right? AKA. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of come on the back burner because starting the league and being the face of the league.
The commish.
Basically, it's basically like the Dana White. I don't want to, he's my homie and he's my brother, but I don't want anybody to have the wrong perception.
Right.
That I'm favoring these guys or helping these guys more or anything like that. I mean, if they're going to go out there and they're going to fight, if they lose, they lose. If they win, they win. You know what I mean? I hope the best for them, but I hope the best for all the fighters. You know what I mean? Good luck to everyone. I want to treat everyone fair. We want to be on an equal playing field. He's my brother. I love him, but hey, man, it's business. It's a fight game. I can't do anything. So I don't want the perspective to be that. So it would be kind of hard for me to be like continue to be like their main full-time coach and be like, oh yeah, these are my fighters who are fighting in my promotion company, and don't worry, don't worry, if it goes to decision, it would be fair, that would be kind of hard to believe for a lot of people. So I kind of want to, I've just kind of pulled back a little bit, but they're good. Danny's come a long way since he started training with us. He had a little bit of a background in combat, and he's gotten really good. I have full confidence in him. I think he's going to do really well. And John's a good fighter. He's knocked off all his ring rust and stuff, so he's good to go. And like I said, now they're working with Clint, who's an even higher level coach than I am. And he's teaching them new stuff, and he's taking them to the next level. And I just think they're just going to continue to go up, and it's going to be great. And honestly, I think one of these two guys could probably be fighter of the night.
Sweet. Oh, that's sick. So you mentioned like not the referee, but just in general that there's an outcome, right? Somebody wins, somebody loses.
Yeah.
And then does that get tallied in the league? So that way, like the next event, you got like
that's all. Stuff. Exactly. That's something we wanted to do. Like I said, our plan is to kind of move it around a little bit. Like I said, we were going to do the first one in Manteca. Want to bring the next one here to the Bay Area. We want to do it here in San Jose because that's where we live. It's our hometown. But if we can't really find any venues in San Jose, we might look at other places, maybe San Francisco, Oakland, anywhere around the Bay. Doesn't matter for us as long as we want to do our next one in the Bay. And yeah, like you said, we are going to keep record. So everybody's 0-0 in this league as of now. And then after the 26th. Some people will be 0-1, some people will be 1-0. And that's why we have the weight classes, because what I want to do is I want to create a ranking system, like maybe have every single weight class. Once we've built up enough of a roster, maybe have eventually have a champion. We want to crown champions by September, October. That's the goal, to have a crown champion in every weight division for MMA and boxing by September or October the latest. We're not going to call them champion. We're going to call them Underground Kings. And we're kind of working on some different concepts. I don't think we're going to do belts. I think we're going to do crowns because we want to kind of make ourselves stand out a little bit. But yeah, just like how we call our fighters, we don't call them fighters, we call them brawlers because it's Underground Brawlers League. And we're going to call our champions Underground Kings because it's the Underground Brawler League.
Right.
But we want to crown our kings by September, October. That's the goal. That would give everybody enough events to kind of tally up enough wins and kind of give me and the other creators of the league, be able to see, oh, hey, this guy, kind of get right here, but 1 through 5 and say who deserves a title shot, who doesn't deserve a title shot, those type of things, and say, who's the best guy by this point after about 4 or 5 events. Who's the best in this division? Who's the best in this division? And then just battle it out come September, October, and crown some kings. So that's the eventual goal. So not just having these guys just going there month after month and just fighting, and just not even keeping track and just doing it.
Right.
We want to have we want to be known as a very organized league. That's something that we want to kind of pride ourselves on. Is we know we're not a professional league. We're not a professional promotion company. We want to do it as close to that as we possibly can.
That's sick. Yeah, that's how they all get started. I mean, it's one step above Kimbo Slice backyard knockouts, but we still want to keep it like that legit,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, we want to keep it fun, and we want to keep it entertaining. We want it, we want to keep that sense of excitement, and we don't want it to be too stiff or too professional, because it's not a professional league. But at the same time, we kind of want to make it the reason why we're doing that is because we want to be known as also a fighter centric league as well. We want to have these. I'm not the spotlight. The guys who everybody like us as a league, the spotlight. We want these guys in the spotlight. These are the guys that are going there. These are the guys that are fighting. These are the guys that are bleeding. These are the guys that are sweating, and they're putting their body on the line. They're the ones that should deserve the praise. Not me, not the league. These guys. So that's what we want. And if with that way, by giving them records and doing these things for them and trying to accommodate them as much as we can, and having champions, that gives them something to fight towards, and to kind of be like, oh man, it just brings out competition more too. So that's pretty much what we want.
So since you're like entrepreneur getting this thing started with like you said, your hype, the roster's an integral part of this. The fighters have the power, or the brawlers have the power, right? They're bringing their skills to the table. Obviously, if you find a woman, she's going to be like an instant star because she's a unicorn. What do you guys think about so then you have like the celebrities that kind of mentioned Lamar Odom, but what do you think of like the Jake Paul, the Logan Pauls, and those guys fighting? Obviously Mayweather has kind of now become like almost outside of boxing in his celebrity. But what do you guys think about that? Is that good for the sport, or is it like?
I think we all have a different opinions. I think it's great. I think it's cool as hell. I don't mind it. I like it. I think it brings more eyes that wouldn't necessarily watch boxing.
Or just fighting.
Or fighting in general. Yeah. So I think it's a great thing. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I mean, I think Danny has a different.
I just don't like the numbers behind it. I don't think it's fair for like the other boxers that probably don't get commissioned for the same amount of monetary gains. But I mean, I grew up watching Celebrity Deathmatch, and I love the shit out of it. So,
on MTV, right? Yeah.
Comfortable and getting popped in the face. Like I say I'm not going to join, but I want to see one of the Logan brothers get hurt. Not
yeah.
But what I mean, they fluff their feathers a lot to where I just want to see someone kind of humble them in a way, Yeah. But I think actually, I mean, now hearing Chuck say that, I think I do agree to bringing a lot of people who kind of forgot about the sport. Because even me, when the UFC started, I kind of just fell off from watching boxing and like keeping track of who was who. So I mean, maybe it's on the rise again after all this. So I'm with it.
Because boxing used to be a huge sport here in here in the United States. It's still huge in a lot of other countries, but in the United States, it has had less of popularity, especially since MMA has come around. People tend to gravitate towards that, but I mean, I don't really care either way. I mean, combat sports is combat sports. I love MMA. I love boxing. I love them equally.
Right.
They're both fun to watch. They're great, and I mean, they're great sports. I love them. I've done both, and but like I said, it's bringing more eyes and more money to the table for these guys. And I do see what he's saying about how they're getting a lot of money, more money than professional boxers who have fought maybe 10, 20, 30 fights, making billions of dollars, which to a lot of people might seem unfair, but you have to remember one thing, that for them, for professional boxing and, Top Rank and, DAZN and a lot of these guys, and the WBO and the WBA and all the sanctioning bodies, they're businesses. So what matters to them is, can you bring
revenue?
Can you bring revenue? Can you put asses in the seats, basically?
Right.
And these these TikTok guys or YouTubers that are these outside of boxing fighters, some of them got really good followings, a lot more than if you go look at a lot of the top professional boxers, if you go look at their social media following, it's compared to these guys, like it's not even close.
Right.
So they're bringing more eyes. They're getting more pay-per-view buys. They're getting more people in the seats. Maybe there's only a few fighters. There's only a few legit fighters who can probably bring more than they can. So you got to think for them, like that's a money grab. And you're only going to get paid what you can bring to the table. If you could be the best fighter of all time, but if only 1,000 people want to come watch you, you're never going to get paid. You're not going to get a paycheck.
Right.
If you have one fight and it's a loss, if your first fight's a loss, you end up fighting Mayweather in your second fight, but you can bring 50,000 people to, or
1 million views.
or 10.
That's insane.
Or you bring tens of thousands of people to the stadium and millions of people to watch it on pay-per-view. You're going to get paid.
Yeah, that kind of. Right. And that kind of goes back to like the wrestling thing where you could look like the best dude out there. You can be super athletic, but unless you bring it on the mic, then you can't really, like The Rock or Ric Flair or whoever. Like, you're not making any money for anybody and you have to jump around. So I get that part, but I'm also with Danny on the, there's a lot of people out there, it's like society and the economy, right? There's a lot of people that are going to get shit on before they get anything from them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the only part that bugs me was like, they after that fight, the recent one, they were kind of like, oh, did he get knocked out? And then Floyd held him up.
I seen that clip.
And then it was like, it just made me suspect
Don't follow me yet.
Yeah, so then I was like, all right, well, I mean, even if it's kind of a money grab, at least let the motherfucker fall on the ground. But then I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that would have been exciting. Yeah,
that would have been a lot more exciting than.
Just continue.
I never rewatched that clip because I know the clip you're talking about, and I watched that clip, like I watched it over and over again, but it cuts off like right at a perfect point to where it feels like it looks like he's like leaning on him.
Right, that's it. That's all you really see.
But I'm like, I haven't gone back to actual fight and found that part. I want to see where it clips off, because there's a lot of times where he does get hit and he like tries to smother Mayweather, where he tries to like pull in his. So I don't know, like it could be like it's doctored in a way to where it makes it look like he's about to go out, but I don't know if he really was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, because it was definitely at a weird angle where he was kind of like.
You cut off like a perfect moment. I'm like,
like when you're holding up your homeboy when you drank too much, and you're kind of like this kind of thing. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like he's dancing sideways. Yeah. But that's what I was thinking too. Like just with Mayweather, right? He could deliver a punch in small space, and that's what he looked like he did. It wasn't like anything huge. He just got right up in there.
He's got in there. But those punches hurt.
I bet. Yeah.
It's the punches you don't see that hurt you the most. They don't even have to be hard if you just don't see it. If you're not bracing for them, if you can't react to them, it doesn't have to be a super hard punch. It just has to catch you at that right moment and lights out.
Yeah. So are there like with your guys' league, like is there like standing 8 counts, or is it like how does that sort of work when people get like hit?
We have standing 8. That's a good question. We have standing 8 counts. I'm a fan of the standing 8 counts. Standing 8 counts. And I like the 3 knockdown rule. I mean, if you get knocked out around you, that's about it. Yeah, that's a wrap.
What about cuts? I mean, there's probably cut men, and you can kind of like have somebody assess it, or
everybody's gonna have everybody will have a corner man. Hopefully, no one gets cut.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it does happen, everybody will have a corner man, and we'll have EMTs on site. So, I mean, there will be medical staff there as well.
Okay.
So, I mean, if somebody does get hurt, I mean, they'll be fine. And then, with cut mans and all that stuff. But I mean, hopefully nobody gets cut. But I mean, it may happen. We're doing it in MMA. We're making it so that for our MMA, there's no knees or elbow strikes on a grounded opponent. Okay. So if you cut somebody, you can't come over the top with an elbow. No elbows, no knees. Just fist strikes. Now, I mean, you still get cut from a fist strike, but
it's a lot harder.
It's a lot harder, yeah. I mean, rather than like an elbow bone or a knee kick, a knee blast into the face. So, or getting, or anything like that, like fucking,
Right.
your guys are stomping you while you're,
Yeah,
So we're not gonna do all that. We're not gonna make it. I mean, it's not gonna be that brutal. It's gonna, we won't go to that point because that right there, that will cause, that's probably that's gonna do a lot of damage. So we're gonna try to limit the damage in that way. But I mean, when you're standing up, anything goes, and it might just happen. I mean, it can happen in boxing too. You might just get caught with the jab at the right moment.
Yeah.
Your eyelids cut open. You have a 2-inch gash now, so
get headbutted.
So, but I mean,
yeah, true too. That's what I was watching with John. Like John's fight, the one I saw was like a blonde guy. So I don't know the gentleman's name, but that I saw like a couple of times. It's probably the angle of the camera too, where it's kind of like below. But it looked like, like headbutts can definitely occur just on accident.
He got actually headbutted.
Oh, did he? That's what kind of.
Yeah. Headbutted a couple of times. Every time he got hit, he was like,
"Oh shit!"
Like, oh yeah, like you need to calm down. So.
Do you get your bell rung when that happens, or is it more just like you're just worried about the damage from it?
Some people that could happen.
Yeah.
My adrenaline is just pumping. Like to me, I really don't feel punches. So yeah, well, when I hit or something like that,
it's a masochist.
Is it really?
I mean, it's enjoyable to me. So this guy's been beating me up since I was.
Yeah. Oh shit. What's your guys' age? What's your guys' age difference?
He's 8 years old. I'm 22.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna be 23
Wednesday.
in 2 days, and he's gonna be 31
on Thursday.
Yeah.
Damn, you guys are still young, man. Yeah. No, my brother was like almost 7 years, so I know what it's like. Dude.
We're only 8 years apart. So.
I mean, it's close enough to where he's really like my baby brother.
Yeah.
Like close in age, but at the same time, we're close enough to where it's not a huge gap to where we can't relate to each other, or we can't have fun, or we can't hurt each other.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Until they get old and they have all the your older brother has all the money, and then you're just like, fuck you, dude, fuck you. Yeah. Yeah. But that's cool, man. So let's talk boxing. I don't know a lot, but I know a little. So who's your guys' who's your favorites? Maybe everybody could name somebody and we could throw up some pictures in the post.
I like Sugar Shane Mosley is probably one of my top fighters. Juan Manuel Marquez is really good too. And on fight night, I always used Marvin Hagler. I like his style a lot.
He just passed away, right?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Marvin Hagler.
That was a weird one, yeah.
Yeah, my dad was a huge Chavez fan, so I mean, every month or whenever he fought, huge family gatherings, and we just watch the cards. And I remember on one of them, I think Oscar De La Hoya fought Mosley. They were all just mad because it's like you're supposed to support Latinos, and I was like,
you were ostracized from the family.
Like the way he moves and the way he throws punches. I really respect that kind of boxing.
Yeah. Entertaining boxing's fun boxing. I mean, like when it's defensive, you're just like, what, like Hopkins or somebody, like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to pay for this shit. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to. So what about? Yeah, go ahead, John.
John, who's you guys?
My guys are Roy Jones Jr.
Oh yeah.
He's definitely I know he's my brother's favorite as well. So we grew up watching Roy Jones Jr. a lot.
Big dope. Roy Jones, baby.
Also love Floyd Mayweather. He's very defensive, very IQ. So if you can pinpoint and figure out his fighting techniques, then it'll bring a lot more excitement.
No one did.
You can bring a lot more excitement. If you can try to emulate it, then you can beat a lot more people if you mix that with the Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
So
John Speed.
Yep.
Yeah.
As an experienced fighter, is that something that like is possible for the average person, not the average person, but like the average fighter to incorporate? Because it seems like he's just got that whole like, I don't know what you call it. It's a certain style, right? Where you kind of like
it's a Philly shell technique.
Yeah. Like to incorporate that style, because I think a lot of people like are just probably
they try to emulate it.
Yeah, it's hard to do, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot harder when you're getting timed. And there's just a lot behind it. A lot of people think it's just you can go like this all day. But I mean, no disrespect to Swift Jared Hurd, but he just fought Luis Arias last week,
Yeah.
and he kept trying to do that, but he was getting hit over the top, and he was just kept getting rocked because he was just coming over,
He didn't
just straight over, because he wasn't able to point it to where it when you hit it, it slips
like
away.
deflects it, right?
I mean, there is a lot of guys. Canelo does it as well.
He's good at it.
Yeah, he's definitely gotten a lot better.
He's probably the second best at this point right now. Not of all time.
Yeah,
I'll probably say Pernell.
Pernell's a really great.
Pernell Whitaker.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. I really do love defensive fighting, but I also love offensive as well. So I try to emulate best of both worlds. So Floyd Jones Jr. is a very great offensive fighter. Mayweather's a really great defensive fighter. But then we also got guys like Emmanuel Augustus, who's very out of nowhere, who's just the drunken master.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't looked that name up, Emmanuel Augustus, go on YouTube, put up Emmanuel Augustus highlights.
Yeah.
And you'll see some shit that you've never seen.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Is he fighting currently right now?
No, he's not. He's retired. He's retired for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, so that's like an underground reference then, huh?
I don't know if he's alive still. I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
Yeah.
But he was a fighter in like the 90s, 2000s. He fought for a good while. They call him the Drunken Master, and yeah, check him out. His style is really weird, really awkward, like super unique. Pretty much impossible to emulate.
Oh yeah. Floyd Mayweather said he was the hardest
the most difficult opponent
to hit.
Yeah.
So
and if you watch Emmanuel Augustus versus Floyd Mayweather, he probably was one of the people who tagged Mayweather the most. Probably the next person who did it the most after Emmanuel Augustus was probably Marcos Maidana. So he was hitting him on that type of level, like the Marcos Maidana won versus Floyd Mayweather, not the rematch. The rematch he got obliterated, but the first fight he had a really good showing against Mayweather. But yeah, look at Emmanuel Augustus. Anybody out there? Yeah, check him out. He's fun to watch. Me personally, as far as favorite fighters, I'd probably say put in that plug right there. I'd say as far as favorite fighters, I would probably say Roy Jones is my number one. Then after that, I would probably say Lennox Lewis. I like Lennox Lewis.
Oh, I like Lennox Lewis too. Yeah.
Lennox Lewis is the shit to me. I'm an old school guy. I watch a lot of black and white.
Oh shit! I got the Tyson memory banks. Right?
Joe Louis. Yeah. So I mean, those are my main cats. Archie Moore. I'm more into that era. Yeah, I'm more into the old school guys. Primo Canera. Roland Lastarza.
Johnson.
Yeah, Jack Johnson. Yeah. So I mean, those are my guys. I watch black and white fights a lot.
Damn, that's cool, man. Yeah, I used to watch with my dad like back in the day. It would really be like pay-per-views at like an uncle's house. It wasn't all the time.
Yeah.
But we'd watch like Tyson fight.
Yeah.
But like probably the best fights I've seen were like the the Mickey Ward Gotti fights. I mean, those are legendary anyway. So, but I was trying to think of why I like Gotti, and it was either because he had the look of like a cartoon character, like he was like a Bugs Bunny gangster, just the way like his kind of eyes were, like the boxer face, but he also had like a very chiseled look.
You look like a dude who'd show up to your fucking doorstep if you owed money.
Yeah. You'd be intimidated like a motherfucker, right?
Yeah. I mean, shit.
I think it's the name, man. The name's just.
Gotti, right? Yeah, that's right.
That's like mafia based, man.
Yeah.
That's true. That was like around the same time too, right? So he got the hype, and he was East Coast.
He's like, he's an East Coast dude. He's from I think Atlantic City.
Yeah.
He's a city guy, from New Jersey, and that's where he mainly fought. And he had a bunch of wars, really good fights. I was a big Gotti fan too. I mean, he didn't have the best record.
No.
It was a fun time to watch. He was just one of those dudes who, like, no matter what, if he's fighting, you gotta watch. Like,
right, he's gonna unload. Like, he's not gonna hold anything back, and he's gonna get socked up just as much, which probably isn't good for the brand, right? Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. No, boxing. Yeah, that's the cool thing about boxing is I think you don't need you need a lot to understand it, but as like a newcomer to the game, like if somebody were to go out to Manteca next weekend and get in there, they're gonna get like a hell of a lot of entertainment value from seeing like the amount of effort that's put out there. you're gonna see like you see it on the face. If somebody gets hit, you're like, oh, you see them calculating like, how am I gonna keep myself from getting knocked out right here? How do I salvage it? And then it's like everybody that's helping coach or the fan, everyone's yelling and it's intense.
No, yeah, it is.
Yeah, and that's like one of the best parts too. Is like if you watch a pay-per-view, you get to see like who's in the crowd, and it's gonna be like a fucking weird actor and some chicks and some yeah.
You hear one of the fighters' mom say, "Get him, baby!"
Yeah, or like the kids that are like crying after their dad just got pummeled. You're like, what the fuck is this?
The wife, they have the camera on the wife, like 9 rounds in. She looks up and walks out. She's like, I can't watch anymore. Oh, you got Pacquiao's mom fucking doing voodoo.
Is she really? Was she doing that?
Have you ever seen those videos? Where like she's like during the fight, she's like she has like a rosary in her hand. She's like going like this, like I mean, she's willing Pacquiao to win.
She couldn't help him though with like
she's like giving us like a spirit bomb, bro.
That's what we need to see for like the ring entrance. It's just like fucking 12 priests and some other shit going on. Just like bring in like a whole wave of it. Like a funeral for you need like the Undertaker to come out and pallbearer and shit.
Like do you remember Nassim who was it? Prince Nassim Ahmed?
Yeah.
He's a fighter from the 90s. Look him up too. He has the craziest ring entrances. The craziest ring.
He said he would take long on purpose, so by the time like he gets to the ring, the fighter's just kind of like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah, I remember watching him as a kid. I think I watched one of his fights, and it was on like a Halloween weekend, or maybe it was on Halloween. And I remember him like coming to the ring. He like played like I don't know if he played like Thriller or something like that.
Oh shit!
He was dancing, and coming to the ring, he had like gravestones like set up, like it was like props. Like he came with like last props, and he came in like there was like a tombstone with his opponent's name etched on it, and he walks up to it and he just fucking punches it over. And, like, crazy shit like that. Like it was just wild, man. Like
That's cool though. I mean, I like that part too, because that kind of gets you pumped up. If it's like lame and people are just kind of like walking in or running in,
you get those goosebumps, when your fighter's about to fight, or national anthem, like, oh shit, it's about to get real.
So, that's kind of like, I mean, I'm just gonna keep using wrestling as a frame of reference, but I used to work in at the Shark Tank, and they would have. Yeah, they'd have like the WWE events, and what they do is they don't have, and you probably know this if you've gone to them, they don't have anything kind of going on in between the matches, so it's just the crowd chatter, and then all of a sudden they just fucking fireworks and the music and everything's just like fucking intense. And then everybody's like gets fired up instantly just from the like kind of like a lull, like the valley, and then it's just like peaks like this. So that's why like those ring entrances, you're waiting forever, it's fucking kind of boring, and then all of a sudden it's like just super drama.
You hear that like, oh, what song is he gonna come out to?
I think I'm gonna come out to the Stone Cold Austin.
Are you really? Shit, I'm down with that, dude.
I can't find a leather vest that fits.
About the game.
Oh shit. You got a pound of beer before you fight. That may work against you.
I mean, like,
man. Yeah, anybody who wants, I mean, I'll let them be as colorful as they want to be, you know what I mean? So, I mean, whatever you guys want to do.
You're like they're 0-6, but they have the best ring entrances. They're gonna be the top of the card.
Someone's got every card. Man.
So what you got? So let's move on to like maybe like boxing or fighting movies. What's like, you're talking about like the wife crying in the crowd, so I think about like Rocky or something like that. But what are some other hitters out there? Some movies that are like the ultimate fighting spirit.
I like the one with Christian Bale. He's the older brother.
That's Mickey Ward, right? That's like the Mickey Ward story.
It's really cool. It's interesting.
That's a really like dramatic one too. It's like got some drama, but it's got some good parts. I like what's it called? It's with Vinny Pazienzo or where he breaks his neck.
Bleed for this.
Bleed for this. Oh, Bleed for this is one of my recent favorite. I think that's a top-notch boxing movie.
Yes, the Vinny Paz story.
Yeah, Vinny Paz story. That's a top-notch boxing movie. Bleed for this. I like that. If you haven't seen that, check that one out. That's a good one.
Is it like a biography on him, or is he just like, oh, really? Okay.
How he gets in the action, how he overcomes it, and then he gets back into the ring and gets beat up by Roy Jones.
Okay, yeah, I think I've seen that fight. Like he was hella like boisterous, and then you know at a certain point Jones just turns it on and kind of just pummels him. Yeah.
I love Raging Bull. Raging Bull is a really good movie. Yeah. De Niro was in good shape for that movie too, man.
You got Hurricane with
Denzel, yeah. That $1 Million Baby was good too. That was fucking super sad.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with this, but
you're gonna say it anyway.
I like the Rocky movies for their but I hate. I've always hated. No, I hated the fight scenes. Unbelievable. I hate fight scenes. Guys, there's like, I'll punch you like 4 times, and now I'll let you like punch me like 3 times. Like, I don't know.
It's hard shots too.
Yeah, it's like dude, how many of those are you gonna take?
But you got that handshake between Apollo and Rocky though.
Yeah.
Wait, which one was in which number was that one?
That was
Apollo 3. No, Apollo. He fought Apollo.
And they teamed up.
They teamed up.
Yeah, 3. They teamed up for 2.
Yeah.
Then at the end of the movie, they're like sparring. And
then where they both like hit each other at the same time. Yeah.
It was hype.
Yeah, that's hype.
And then the running on the beach. So that you always gotta love the training montage. Number one, the songs the best.
So the Rocky training montages are the best.
Yeah. But like the running on the beach, like no way this fucking little Italian dude's gonna beat like Apollo Creed. They used to play in the fucking NFL. And then
I like Rocky 3. I like when he fights Mr. T.
That was legit too.
That's one of the best. I like Cobra Lane's like montages. Those are sick. They do like the sit-ups, shit on the upside down. Like, oh fuck, this guy's.
And his shit talking was legendary because he's like, he's gonna take his old lady. Like, who wants to hear that shit?
She better live, I think.
She was dead. She's like, I'm tired of this fucker.
She's like, cool.
Yeah, I know. We definitely grew up on the Rockies. We definitely loved the montages. Shit. Now I gotta think of something. But yeah, I think $1 Million Baby was probably the last one I had seen that was like something out of the ordinary. And then when she gets hurt at the end, you're just like, what the fuck kind of movie is this? Yeah. And it's like the end of it. Like, you always love a story like that. And that's like the complete opposite of everything else. What about the Creed movies? I think it's like you said, like the fighting is suspect, but you kind of have like a love story.
They do it a little better, but I like the first one. The second one I wasn't really feeling the second one too much.
Yeah.
The first Creed was really good. Yeah. I thought the first Creed was really good.
Not to do too much of a tangent from like the boxing, but what did you see the wrestling one with Steve Carell? That one was fuck. I have to look that one up. But yeah, they were like, it was a story of this wrestling. It was a brothers. They're Olympic wrestlers.
I know what he's talking about.
Got sponsored.
Foxcatcher.
Yeah, Foxcatcher. That was really good too.
Yeah. That movie was a trip. Yeah, like Channing Tatum.
Yeah, Channing Tatum.
Yeah. Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. And then he had like an obsession with the wrestlers.
Right. Yeah.
One of the wrestlers and like dude, that movie was a trip. That movie was crazy. I like as far as wrestling movies go too, I like what's the one with Mickey Rourke? Yeah, the wrestler.
The wrestler, yeah.
That was an awesome movie. If you like wrestling movies, this is kind of a throwback that not many people know about. It's actually a Stallone movie. It's called Paradise Alley. Go check out Paradise Alley. And it's about Stallone is like an older. It's him and his little brother, but his little brother is big, and he like gets his brother his brother's like big and strong, and it's Stallone, and he gets him into wrestling, and just because they're like they need money, and he ends up like bringing them that poverty or whatever. But yeah, it's just great. It's a great movie. It's like a 70s movie. It's a real 70s, like late 70s, early 80s movie, but it's tight. Paradise Alley. Check that one out. That's an oldie and a goodie right there.
Right. That's cool. All right. Well, all right, people out there, you're gonna have to fucking check that shit out. What about any movies that sort of capture the experience as fighters, like trying to I mean, it could be a Rocky movie that we already talked about, but like, or anything else, but like the training of it or the sacrifice that you guys are kind of going through. Like, cause I mean, it's hard to visualize what you do, obviously, with like, if you throw it up on the gram, people are going to see, and maybe they catch you like doing something that's like a little more gram friendly, like jumping rope or hitting a bag. But then there's obviously other shit you're doing, right? That's like, fuck, dude, this is getting old quick, but I got a fight coming up. So I got to yeah. So like, is there anything out there that people could check out? I mean, I don't know if you don't know, that's cool too, but I'm digging around for
Chambers. It's about a Shaolin monk. It's an old 70s movie. It's really cool because so they incorporate kind of like that wax on, wax off, like you're doing tasks like carrying water in a bucket upstairs and dodging spears, and then at some point like you're incorporating it in an actual like combat. So there's 36 levels of it, so there's 36 different trainings for it. And each one has its own purpose in, improving your skills. I really like that movie.
Oh, that's sick. So it's on that Wu-Tang shit, huh?
Movies like that, yeah.
It's all good. If not, I'm sorry, I'm pressured you guys. This is fucking rando.
I'm trying to think of like one that has like a really good. I'm trying to think. You know what I mean? What would you say was like the best movie that like shows like close? I mean, I would say the Fighter, the one with Mark Wahlberg and or is it? It's Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Fighter. I think that's a pretty like real look at like. I don't think they show like a whole lot of like super like in depth like training, but they kind of like it's just more of the feel of it, like kind of where he he goes to try to get his brother, and his brother's like just partying and shit, you know what I mean? And it's like, well, we got like work to do or whatever, like, or like, just shit like that, like, or even just fucking, the grind of it and kind of how like they're just kind of, it's rough. It's kind of hard, but it's really rewarding. Where it's like in the moment you hate every second of it, but when it's all over and after you do the event, it's all worth it. So, and I mean, that's just, that's pretty much the definition of, you just have to be really disciplined, and it's just kind of, I mean, it's a mixture of, well, for me at least, it's always been a mixture of, trying to have self-discipline and having like kind of a fear, like use the fear in the right way to where like everybody's scared, everybody's nervous, everybody gets butterflies. Anybody who says they don't is either a psychopath or they're lying.
Right.
You have to learn how to use it and use that energy in the proper way to just make it go in your favor, because you're going to be scared. You're always, I mean, and even that's just anything in general in life. I mean, anything you try new or anything that's a challenge or anything like that you have to prepare for or do anything like that, you're going to be, it's scary, and you're always going to have that fear. But are you going to let that fear consume you and keep you from ever taking a risk in your life? Or are you going to use that fear and let it drive you to work hard to make sure that doesn't happen? So that's kind of what it's just that's kind of how I see it. And that's what helps you keep that discipline. It's just that using that fear and that anxiousness and that nervousness and all the, it's just a mixture of emotions, really. It's like, it's so much. It's just, it's you're nervous, you're anxious, you're a little bit of everything. You're tired, but you're happy, and you're like, it's fun, and I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's a lot.
There's a documentary out there called Champs.
Uh-huh.
If you really want to get into the mind of a boxer and try to walk a mile in their shoes, Champs, the documentary goes in the life of Mike Tyson, Bernard Hopkins, and Evander Holyfield.
Right, that's a good one.
He talks about their whole life story bringing up, and how they fought to become the top greats, and how they solidified their legacies, and also the risks of being a boxer. Because boxers, when there's no base pay for boxers,
right?
$4. So if you step into the ring and stuff, then you step in the ring just because you love love to fight, basically. So you're not going in there like baseball or basketball, you're getting paid, $50,000, $70,000 annually. You might go into boxing and not fight at all, but there's a lot of risks in boxing as well, because there's a lot of deaths in boxing. I think there's like 6 people who die a year in boxing.
Damn.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I think it's a little higher than that. I think it's more like 12,
so
13.
There's a really big risk in boxing. So if you do have to get into the mindset, because everybody loves to fight, everybody loves to watch fighting, but it's a lot different than stepping into the ring or stepping into the cage and actually putting yourself and getting your mind, because boxing is definitely 90% mindset than it is like actual physical preparation. Because you have to have your mind ready in order to take punishment. And I mean, a lot of people, when they go into amateurs and stuff, they don't know these people's backgrounds. Like, you can't go on All Access and look at, I'm gonna see Gervonta Davis and see what he's actually training and going on Instagram and see what he's doing, and I can try to emulate that. So, because when you go into the amateurs or when you go and fight with us in the Underground Brawlers League, you're just meeting some guy that you just met for the first time. You don't really know what his skills are. So that's very nervous and nerve-wracking to a lot of people.
Yeah, on top of that, I mean, the crowd there, and
Yeah.
all the pressure you're putting on yourself. But I mean, like I said, with that pressure and all that emotion and all those things coming at you, I mean, the pressure, it's all about how you use it. I mean, everybody's going to be scared, everybody's going to be nervous, everybody's going to have pressure. But you got to think of it as, you're going to let it just crumple you mentally, because like you said, it's 90% mental. Are you mentally prepared to, if once you get hit with that hard body shot, or you take that really, like, that shot that just makes you see stars, like, then you start thinking, fuck, do I really want to do this, and are you gonna continue, and how bad do you want to win, and or how basically fearful are you of losing, or how all those things, or
How deep are you
how deep are you willing to go? Are you really willing to are you really willing to put your body in line? Are you doing this because you really love it? Or is it just a hobby, or is it just something you're doing because it's a fad, or because to look cool? Because I mean, a lot of these things, like these guys, like I said, that's why I want to give them. They got my respect, and all the fighters got my respect, and I want them. They need to be this. They need the spotlight. And that's what we're gonna try to do as a league, because I mean, it's a lot. It really is a lot, and everybody, all these guys that are doing this, they're doing it for love. So I mean, when the audience is out there, and they're like, "Come on,"
Yeah.
But you got to remember, these guys, they really love this, and they're doing it for almost nothing. So
yeah. Are there groupies that are gonna be down with you guys after this? Is that like a promise? Hopefully.
That's a possibility. You get some fans.
Oh yeah.
Fans welcome. All fans welcome.
When I went into that environment, no one was talking to me. No one looked at us. No one did anything. I was the only guy who was actually sponsored by Elevation Jerky and Noah's Finest.
Shout out.
Only fighter to actually be sponsored. So everybody's looking at me like, oh, who is this guy? Who's this guy? And I was basically one of the last people to fight. And then after I fought, everybody's like, oh my God, this guy can actually fight. And you can go on YouTube and actually watch my fights. And you can actually hear these people like, oh my God, this man is talented. So,
oh damn.
Oh
yeah, no worries.
So
they were giving you some shouts out on YouTube for the for your fight stuff.
Shoutouts, like just talent and kind of looking at everything. So after that fight, everybody wanted to shake my hand. Everybody wanted to congratulate me and stuff. But before that fight, no one was talking to me.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people aren't going to know each other. So you're going to see a lot of a really packed house, hopefully, and see all these guys who are very talented, and they're going to fight, and they're going to get a lot more exposure, because at the end of the day, just like how we're bringing back, talking about the TikTok and the YouTubers and all these people who are fighting and transitioning to boxing, because what sells tickets is basically the numbers in it. So the more exposure you have, the more kind of people who are looking at you, you're going to have a bigger fan base. You can bring a lot more.
Yeah, that's super dope about like taking that risk and getting that payout. I mean, win, lose, or draw, if you put in a good showing, I think it's like that in most things in life. Like, people are definitely respectful of that effort you put out there. Otherwise, it's just nobody knows. If you don't ever put your foot out there, no one ever is gonna know who you are and what you got to offer. So yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I gotta think of like if you're up there whooping someone's ass or get some good shots in, there's gonna be some fish that come to the bait. So good luck. I don't know if you got a girlfriend or whatnot, but I'm thinking of you guys when I'm thinking of all this stuff.
Gotcha.
I want to see some pictures on Instagram too. If there's ring card girls, I need to see all this stuff. I need to see every detail.
Ring card girls, I think actually this week we're actually going to start putting out posts as far as the referees, the judges, shouting them out.
Oh, nice.
People who are actually going to be the rappers, the bands. So we're actually going to give them exposure.
Yeah, definitely.
On them out within this last week or last 10 days. The ring card girls who actually everybody's just helping us out and trying to put a really great show on for this event. So yeah, but we have to definitely give them praise and shout them out for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of people help us out. The goal is to pay everybody, but like it's our first event.
Right. You got to recoup and stuff.
A lot of these guys that are helping us out, they're willing to do it, as volunteer work or, for very little pay. I mean, we've had a lot of people. We've been blessed to just have a lot of people be willing to help us out and really just want to be involved and really just, so eventually, a few shows down the road, we want once hopefully this, they keep getting bigger and bigger. We can take care of everybody and we can help out and, we can, start to put, some money into people's pockets, and really just kind of bless them in the way that they blessed us and helped us out and just kind of give back. Because we're not looking to get rich off this. We do this because we like it and we love it. We just want to bring something here to, Northern California and all over the United States and eventually just expand. We don't, there's no guaranteed money for me or for these guys or for anybody really involved, but we're going to do it. And we want to, our main thing is if we have a good show and everybody has fun and the crowd's into it and, it's just, and everybody's happy and, everybody's safe and there's no injuries and there's no fights breaking out in the crowd.
Oh, shit. Yeah. No, don't threaten people with that. There's not going to be any fights out there.
That's all we can hope for, man, is just to have a good, smooth show. Yeah. Whether it comes to, the music or, the musicians, the DJs, the vendors, the fighters. And at the end of the day, everybody just has fun, has a good time, and people want to see it again. That's all we want. We want to put on a show that people wanted, that people are just clamoring at. Like right after, I want people. The biggest thing for me would be somebody to say, "Hey, when's the next one? Where's the next one?" Like we're there. That would be all I would need, really. That's what we want. We want people to come to want to see these guys. They, because like I said, they want to do it. Guys hitting me up saying, "Hey, I want to fight. I want to be a brawler. I want to do this. I want to do that." Well, okay, yeah, cool, man. Sick. Let's get you out there. Let's get you in front of people. That's why on this fight we have, like I said, we have 12 fights. We were going to try to cap it at 8, but we just had a good response from the fighters that were like, man, let's just, how about this first fight? Like, let's just, anybody who signs up that we can find a match for, let's do it. Like, let's just make the first card the biggest card it could possibly be. And
so what's the hours? What's the hours going to be again?
So what we're thinking, since the card has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it might by the time the show starts, we got a few more fighters that we're going to put out the card we have now for the 12, but we might add some more fights in the next week and a half. So it might be even up to 15 by the night of the fight. And if that's the case, we're as of right now, we're pretty much set on probably about 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock is probably when we'll open the doors. And start having musicians play as soon as about 4:30. Musicians should be done. We have Chris Anxiety coming up. We have Evil the Illest. We have Sasquatch Joss. We have Earl Cineblunts. We have Short Fuse from the Bay Area. We have Way Too Stoned, which is also a local group. And we have
Maldita Cruda.
Yeah. And they're and that's all the bands that we have. And so what kind of way we have is we want to open the doors maybe about 4 o'clock. 4:30, start having the bands, bands and all the performers perform, and probably get them all, let them have their sets and, be able to take their time and stuff. So then about 7:15, 7:30, start off the fights. And I did the estimations. If all the fights go the distance, it'll probably end about 10:45, 11. So it's not
Nice.
that's not too late. So, I mean, if all the fights go the distance plus the musicians, you're going to have from 4:30 to about 11 o'clock worth of entertainment. So, I mean,
Damn, that's a sick, that's a sick value right there.
Yeah, we're doing $10 at the door. So that's if you look at it value wise, that's less than $1 a fight. Plus you get to watch 7 performances.
Right.
You really can't beat that. So we, like I said, we're not here. We're not trying to. This is not a one-time thing. It's not a money grab for us. This is something we want to continually pursue. But
yeah.
Our main thing with this was like we wanted to have. That's the reason we're having a bunch of performers. We're having a bunch of fights just so we can get nobody knows who we are. Nobody knows Underground Brawlers League yet.
Right.
We're really nobody at this point. We already had our first event, but we want to become somebody. We want to be a good, part of all these multiple communities and contribute to the fight game and to local artists and give the spotlight to everyone.
So where some let's amen to that. Let's do a little cheers. Again, what if you got a little drink there? I know we should have started the show like that, but cheers. I usually do the White Claws. I'm doing a Truly tonight, so it's in a coffee cup. But my bad, guys. We would have coordinated it all.
What flavor?
It's like a berry. It's one of the berries. It's over in my sink. It's like a strawberry red one. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I don't usually fuck with Trulies, but they're because they're like a little sweeter. And so sometimes you got to switch over. Otherwise, it's like drinking a soda or something. Yeah. Yeah. Same.
I mean, I'll mess with the White Claws, but at a certain point, it becomes like, oh man, I don't want it. Now everybody has a seltzer there. Bud Light's got a seltzer.
I know. I haven't switched to the evil side yet. Yeah. So Corona's got one. Yeah.
So they do. They do. Yeah. Actually, pretty good. I give it an 8 out of 10.
I need to get sponsored by the motherfucking somebody. Shit. somebody. But okay, so you got a lot of folks coming to the table for this event. Where's some of the places people are coming from? So you said there's some local people, or are people coming in from like out of state, or are they Bay Area, or
fighters or musicians?
Anybody shit. At this point, it's a group of
as far as musicians, majority of our musicians are from the Bay Area. I would say maybe 5 out of 7. I think one's from SAC, and we have
nice
coming from LA. So he's actually fighting. He's actually performing and fighting on the same night.
Shit!
So our opening performer, Chris Anxiety. He is performing. He's gonna be the open performer, so that he can get his set out and then go do his like warm ups, get ready for his fight. He's actually gonna be he's the open performer, and then he's the MMA co-main event. So he's gonna be he's a big deal. Yeah.
Damn. So if he wins, he gets help breaking down his shit. If he loses, he's got to do it all by himself.
All by himself. Yeah. Then he's got to break down the ring.
Yeah. There's some real rewards here. How hard you got to work afterwards?
Yeah. And as far as fighters, a lot of them are coming from SoCal, man. A lot of them are coming from SoCal. I would say a good portion. I'd say maybe close to half.
Oh damn! But was that like a connect that you guys hooked up? Was like, we're starting this up here. You guys want to come up, or they just kind of heard about it?
Some of them, yeah. Some of them we knew from the promotion companies that we fought. Well, John fought for in Southern California. So we had met a couple guys. We knew of them. We kind of seen them in passing and said, oh yeah, So we added them or friend requested them, and they said, oh hey, whoa, shit, and, where's this happening? And blah blah. And they showed interest and said, okay, yeah, I'll come up. So I mean that's how we got some of them. Some of them were just random guys. They just hit us up and said, hey man, I live in the LA area, but I can make it up to Manteca and fight on that day if you need be.
Damn, that's dedication right there.
But we had a really good turnout from SoCal, man. SoCal really.
Yeah, he got a response from Nevada.
Yeah. Also, yes. Sparks, Nevada, Las Vegas. We have fighters coming from Las Vegas. Sparks,
England.
Yeah, we got guys
No
from
way.
He's not fighting. He's not fighting. Not in this event. Not in this event. He wants to fight on the July 31st one.
Okay.
We had a guy. Yeah, we had a guy from Ghana. We had a guy from Ghana. We have a guy from Florida flying in for this event.
Fuck.
Yeah, we have a couple guys from the Phoenix area, and then we have guys from Stockton, Modesto, Manteca, San Jose, San Francisco. So yeah, I mean,
man.
But I mean, we got responses from people from all over. I got from people from guys from Baltimore, Virginia, Washington State, Oregon, Phoenix, Nevada, Texas, Florida, like out of the country, like everywhere, man. It was crazy.
And is this like a possible stepping stone to like getting into something more formal? Not to say that yours is not formal, but like say something's already established.
No.
Is this something you could put on your resume and then kind of try to do that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, in boxing they use a term called a smoker.
Okay.
It's, like let's say you're at a boxing gym, and the boxing gym holds an event and maybe fights another boxing gym, or you just fight guys within the gym or whatever. Like that's kind of what we are. Like we're not but this is like I want this to be whatever the fighters want it to be.
Right.
If they want it to be a stepping stone, towards maybe if they want to get their feet wet and say, oh man, let me try this out and see how I do against some of these street fighters or these less experienced guys in a non-formal setting, and then move up to maybe fighting amateur and then eventually moving on to pro, or some of the MMA guys say, oh man, I'm gonna fight like 4 or 5 fights here. If I do well, then I'm gonna try to get my pro card or whatever. Whatever the fighters want it to be, that's what it'll be. But it could be anything they want, or it could be just somebody says, hey man, I want to do it. They have it on the bucket list. I want to do a fight. They do it off. Or just somebody says, hey man, I wish I would have fought, and now I have a chance. Because we have guys here who are in their 30s. I think then we have one fighter in his 40s, and then we have a bunch of fighters in their 20s. So it's for all ages. I mean, everybody's welcome.
No, you can't say that. What's the age you're going to draw the line? If they're like 65,
I would say. I guess it's going to depend on how healthy they are, really. Yeah. I guess at a certain point, once you hit I don't know. Because there's guys out there who are 50 who still look pretty good and are still fit. But look at guys like there's not going to be a whole lot of them, but one percenters, But
so first they go through Danny, and then they go through John.
What's up?
I say first they go through Danny, then they go through John, and if they can make those two, they're good to go.
Off camera.
Yeah.
If you could last.
It's like a Bruce Lee. What is it? The Game of Death or one of those?
Yeah, it is. I think it is Return of the Dragon.
Yeah, where you fight.
Island fights.
Yeah. But no. All seriousness though, that's cool that it's like open to different ages and that you're getting a spectrum of people from all over the place.
Yeah,
that's super dope.
Of course, if a guy comes in, he's like 70 years old. He said, "I want to fight." And
I've seen a grandpa now do some.
If he comes in there and he's like, and then the only match he has is the guy who's like
white dude, like
20, he's like 25. We're gonna try to match everybody up as fairly as possible. So,
I think that's one of the most welcoming kind of ideas that Chuck implements is like we don't want to put fighters out of the pocket that they're from. So obviously we wouldn't put like a 40-year-old versus someone who's 20 and on their peak. So we'd always I think we're trying to match them up to their experience level. Yeah. So if people with 30-year-old beasts want to settle it at 70 years old in the ring, maybe we'll have a geriatric kind of
weight class, age class.
Call your uncles out.
The master.
The TO class.
Yeah.
No, but I saw the weight classes, like I said, like for men and women on the Instagram. So I know you guys are taking the shit seriously. It's not just going to be like the biggest dude versus the littlest dude for some like corny entertainment value. Yeah, there's a lot of legitimacy here with that.
UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, the early days of UFC.
Early days, yeah, but tournament one. Voice
Yeah.
case. Look at fighting Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
Even if he beat him, though.
Yeah, that was like 3 hours.
So
No time limit. First one
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, you could do like a retirement match, or you could start bringing in a ladder match or something. But so do you guys know who your opponents are coming up this week? I mean, you may have a name, right? And you like Danny said, it's somebody that John's fought, so there's a little familiar. So let's start there. What's this guy's name? And what's the any knowledge you have on him so far? Maybe you can't give it away.
I believe his name's Chato. I think that's what he goes by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Justin Martinez, I think it's his real name. Justin Martinez, yeah.
And there's I mean, the strategy's gonna be concealed until the day of, but John gave me good pointers and what to go for, what to look for.
Scrabbles fight night. We got Chato and we got Hurricane. Let's get it.
Don't wait for him. Let's go. Come on, man. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up.
This man is talented. Oh my
Who's got the bigger huevo? Hey, who's got the ball, John?
I feel pretty confident. And yeah, like I said, man, I appreciate U.B.L. taking me in and just let me kind of flourish and do my thing.
So what are we predicting here? Is it a decision after 3 rounds, or was it 4 rounds, 3 rounds?
My
Or was it
girlfriend,
knockout?
second round takedown for me.
Oh, I like it. Second down.
Just based on watching this fight with John. Yeah, hopefully that goes to plan. And yeah, I've been working hard, and yeah, I've been leveling up every day. Just taking it mile per mile.
That's dope. That's dope. Okay, we got it. We got the prediction there. We're gonna call Vegas, make sure the odds are good, so we can make some money on this.
Or I can take a dive for the
people. Chuck is like, don't ruin the promotion. Don't ruin it. Okay, John, who you facing?
The only thing that I really know about my opponent is his name is Crazy Gary.
Oh, Crazy Gary.
He's a former Marine.
Oh shit.
He's around about my age. I think he's 23.
I think it's 23, 24, yeah.
23, 24. So as far as boxing, I have no idea. He doesn't have any clips or anything.
He's kind of a mystery, man.
But, hey, it is what it is. I can definitely give Danny the best pointers as I can, but that my fight with Chato was in February, so this is going to be in June.
Right.
So there's a lot of times where he can level up as well, and there's a lot of things that he can do differently. So he can look back at that fight and kind of train differently.
Yeah.
So and see what his mistakes were. So I can definitely give him the pointers, but he's definitely going to have to learn how to adapt with anybody. Like I said, you're going to go in there and you're not going to know. He has the fortunate of actually knowing his opponent and actually having me kind of fight him and beat him, but he can change. Everybody's going to change once they get beat, basically.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to try to do things differently, look at things differently. So you're going to learn how to adapt. So it doesn't really matter if I've never seen Crazy Gary, and I don't really know what he's gonna bring. I know what I bring, and I know what I'm capable of. So it's basically the best man wins in that situation.
I mean, I don't think John even mentioned. I mean, because he's too humble to say, but he's actually the main event on the card. So John versus the guy's name is Jose Garibe. He goes by Crazy Gary on Instagram, and they're going to actually be the main event because Jose actually called out John.
Oh, what?
Because, he had seen him on the Instagram, so yeah, so he wanted John. So I was like, all right, cool, yeah. And this is a thing we weren't really going to mention until the night of the fight, but we'll say it here, just
Premiere.
So we technically legally can't pay the amateur fighters, right?
Okay.
But we've found a loophole to where they could have a friendly wager against each other, and we're going to call it a money fight. So John's fight is actually going to be a money fight, and there's actually Jose is confident enough to the point where he's going to put up $250 of his own money.
Nice.
Put up an equal wager of $250, and winner takes all. So it's not
nice.
It's also going to be a money fight. So it'll be a lot on the line.
Damn. So, yeah. No. Like you guys said, like this is all blood, sweat, and tears for the passion of it.
Yeah.
Not usually any money. So you put some money on the table.
Yeah. So I mean, he called out John and he wanted to put some money on the line. And I was like, I had talked with Taylor, one of the other creators of U.B.L, and we kind of brainstormed and we said, what should we do? I mean, we can't really just have fucking Muay Thai style banging in the crowd, like, oh, yeah. So I was like, God, what are we gonna do? So
that's what I was thinking. He's gonna face like Frank Dukes from Bloodsport. Like it's gonna be Congo Van Dam's gonna show up.
So but then we came up with the idea. Oh, dude, let's just do what's called a money fight, and they can wager against each other. We're not gonna.
The organization's not involved with it. It's the two fighters
between them, and
waging.
We're gonna do it because it's kind of like a grudge match / grudge match with a wager.
Yeah.
So we'll throw out the hell of that.
We also do have a beef match in there as well. It's actually
yes. Look out! So, yeah, that'll be a good fight. There's the co-main event for boxing is going to be Paul Botello versus Julian. I don't want to butcher his last name, but Julian. And
what's their beef? That's the beef?
So that's the backstory from what I got. The guy who is running the venue told me that these guys used to be good friends. This is what I got from. I don't know if this is the real story because I haven't talked to them like personally about it. I haven't really brought it up. I'll talk to them the day of the fight and I'll get more backstory on it. But
you gotta sell this.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to know a little more. I need some more details. But I need that in person. I need to see the passion you feel it. Push it out there. But what I got from Charlie, the guy who runs the Pub Taphouse, is he said these two guys, Justin and Paul, Julian and Paul, they used to be good homies, like real close, real tight. And a girl came between them.
Oh, he fucking banged his girlfriend.
He got a girlfriend or got a wife or something like that, and somebody said, he didn't really like the girlfriend and she didn't like him, and there was kind of some words exchanged. And one of the friends had to choose either, I have to stand up for my lady or I have to, bros versus.
I would end up fighting all my friends if that was the case. You gotta.
Now they're fighting, so.
Wait, so this is the bros before hoes match?
Yeah, they got a grudge because one of the friends said something about somebody's girlfriend or wife, and that destroyed the whole friendship.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is like a chick fight. My bad. I mean, hard to them, but I like it. I like there's a beef.
We have to all know that was they were they were the first guys to sign up. Actually, they were the first ones. So I was like, hey man, let's at least have them as the co-main event. I mean, they're not. This is going to be a one-off for them. Like neither one of them are interested in fighting or competing. They want to just fight each other. So this is this is it, man. You got to come to this. This is the only time you get to see these guys, Paul and Julian, fight. So
I like it.
That's going to be like those are two guys who legitimately don't like each other. I think everybody else, for the most part, either don't know each other enough to not like each other. So, but I mean, it is competition, and they're all going to bring it. They're going to bring it, and it's going to be crazy. But Paul and Julian, legit, despite. So I talked to both. It's real. I thought it was just hype or it was maybe fabricated. But once I started talking to them, like they legit do not like each other.
Okay,
like,
cool.
So I mean, that's
I'm serious too. Like with Rob, my the co-host who unfortunately can't be here tonight. He may have passed away. We don't know. Rest in peace. But I had a girlfriend that didn't like him. And so our relationship, me and him broke up, but then I broke up with her. So I know that it definitely could have went to the way of fighting, though he outweighs me by at least 100 pounds, but either way. So anyways, I get it. And hopefully those gentlemen can settle it with some fisticuffs. So sounds dope so far. But so, hey, gentlemen, well, thank you for coming on the show. We got a lot of promotion to do in this next 2 weeks. Hopefully this event is going to be super dope out in Manteca, California. And give another shout out to the venue you guys are hosting at.
The Pub and Taphouse, 1305 North Main Street, Manteca. We're opening doors at 4 o'clock. We're going to be starting musicians at 4:30 with the opening show. Chris Anxiety from LA. He's performing and he's fighting.
Damn.
We got a bunch of another bunch of good rappers coming out. We got Sasquatch Josh, Evil the Illest, Earl Cineblunts. We got metal bands. We got Way Too Stoned, Short Fuse, La Maldita Cruda. We have these guys fighting, Danny Desperado, and John the Hurricane, and a ton more guys fighting. We have 12 fights as of right now, but it's probably more than that.
Damn, that's super sick.
Yeah, so and it's we're gonna have everything's gonna be there, man. It's gonna be a fun time. We got music, we got fights, we got food, we got alcohol. Everything will be there for you. $10 at the door. I mean, you really can't beat that. $10 for at least 12 fights and 7 bands. I mean, what's
the max tickets you guys are selling for the event?
We have the venue space has room for anywhere. I would say about I say just to be safe, about 250 people.
Okay, so you got to get your tickets quick because 250 just goes fast.
Pre-sales, which are unfortunately over. We did so at pre-sales. We would probably have about 50 spots filled. So
okay.
I mean, so you have be the first 200 there, and you'll be there. So it's gonna be live. It's gonna be up close. It's gonna be real fighting. None of this is fabricated. These are guys who really trained, who really put their heart and soul into this. Who really just. Come out, support them, do it for them. These guys have been training for months, training hard, blood, sweat, tears, and it's not just these guys. There's 20 other guys who've been doing this.
Right.
So even if you don't care about this, I mean, just come support something local. Come support some local fighters. Come support some local musicians, and come support some local businesses, and just have a good time. And it is a 21 plus event, so leave your kids at home, find a babysitter if you can, and just come out, have a good time, and support these guys. And you're guaranteed to not leave unsatisfied. Yeah.
Sick. And if you want to fight, there's going to be another event coming up in the near future, so you can get in their house, check it out, get that real deal upfront view, and then get your ass in shape.
Yeah. Anybody who wants to compete or is even thinking of competing. Just hit us up. Like I said, we're taking all people, all experience levels, MMA, boxing, male, female, whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll take all comers. Anybody who wants to compete, anybody who wants to test their mettle, no matter what your background is, rich, poor, whatever.
Sick.
We'll take you. Just hit us up at U.B.L. _ 21. Follow us. Give me a DM or give me a call or a text at 480-233-7285, and just shoot me with a text and say, hey, man, I want to be a brawler, and we'll set you up with something. We'll figure something out. Our next show we're shooting for July 31st here in the Bay Area. So
cool. And then just for the audio folks, what's your if you have an email too? Some people love email.
You could just email me at Underground Brawlers League 21 @gmail.com.
Cool. All right, gentlemen. Let's do one quick cheers. Drink tokens number 17. We got the Underground Brawlers League.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Good luck in 2 weeks. I want to see some videos after the fact. We're going to post this obviously tomorrow, but then I want to see some videos. I want to see 2 hands raised from the gentleman here. And if not, then, you know, then we're going to have a follow-up interview and figure out what the fuck went
wrong.
Yeah, just rub it in.
yeah. I don't think so. You guys can beat me up. There's no point in me rubbing it in, but
Oh,
all right, guys.
Thanks for having us, man. Hopefully we can be back on and maybe bring some more, you know, fighters.
Oh hell yeah, yeah! I hope this thing grows, bro. This is good for the podcast. We get to get in the ground floor.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you, man.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you.
Have a good night, brother.
Doing as well.
Later.
Like, peace.
Easily I approach the fifth of him because there ain't no joke.